Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to be creating the structure for our app using HTML. So I have got my text editor open. I am inside the index.html file, which is what I've highlighted. So this is where we'll create the structure for the app. The way this is going to work, what I'm going to do, rather than you watch me type the code, I will pre-write the code and then explain what I have done. Line 1 here, I have got a line of code here, which is known as the declaration. This basically is the first thing you do in an HTML document. And what this does, it notifies the web browser that the page they are about to view is an HTML5 document. Line 2 and line 4, they are HTML tags. So that's where the actual HTML begins. So the content between these two tags here is what will be the HTML content. So in between these HTML tags, we will nest other tags that will together build up the HTML content. Line 2 here just is the beginning of the HTML tag, followed by the lang. This is an attribute and the value is en, which means English. So with attributes, you need to enclose their values in quotes. And every tag, most tags should have an opening and a closing. The closing tag you can tell by the / before the tag is closed. I have added some more code, which is the head tag from line 3 here to line 7. You can see they are paired because you've got the dotted line under the closing and under the big opening tag. So this is the head tag. Most of the tags or information within the head tag is not visible within the browser. That means visitors can't see them. They're only there for information purposes and also to help with search engines. All right, so inside the head tag, we've got a few meta tags with attributes attached. So the first line on line 4 there, we've got the meta tag and we've got a meta car set. The car set is the attribute and the value is UTF-8. It's basically the type of encoding that is used in most web browsers. So it's most characters are supported by the UTF-8. It's an encoding type. Line 5 here, we've got a meta with an attribute of name. The name, basically, it's the attribute and the value is viewport. Viewport basically refers to the screen size of any device. So what it's saying here is that this website or this app is adaptable to any screen size. So regardless of what device you're using to view, you'll be able to fit it to the screen size. That's basically what line 5 is saying. Okay, and you can see the content here. Say the content equals to the width equals to device minus width. So basically what it's saying here is that regardless, the content can be viewed regardless of the device width. Okay, so whether the screen is small or large, you can scale it, and the initial scale here is 1.0. It says here user scalable. Yes, that means the user can scale or resize the screen to fit the app. Okay, line 6 here is this is if you have any reference to your style sheet, this is where you need to include it. So this style sheet here, that's the reference I've put here to the style sheet. So I have added the final chunk of code for the body tag. So from line 8 to line 15. So the body tag starts from line 8, and in between the body tag, I have also nested some other tag. I've missed out the closing body tag. Okay, so that's the closing body tag. I just save that. Okay. So in between the body tag, I have got other nested tags. So we've got the div. The div basically is used to divide a section of a page, and I've given it an ID attribute equals to wrapper. The ID is useful because I will use that to target that div during our CSS styling. Line 10 here basically is an H1 heading tag with a title to do list. 11 is the input. This is where we will actually type the task we want to do, and I've given it an ID with a value of task. Again, we'll use this ID for styling purposes later. I've also attached a button next to the input, and the button, I have given the button an ID is equals to add. So this is where the button will click to add a task once we've done the input. Okay, and I've given the ID an attribute as well. We'll use that to style as well. And here, this is how you write a comment in HTML. If you don't want anything with a comment, the web browser will ignore. So you do a left angle bracket, exclamation, dash, dash, and then double dash, and then right angle bracket. So you can see it's almost grayed out. So anything with that, the web browser will not run that piece of code. All right. Line 13, I've created another div here with div ID to dos. This div here is where the to dos will be listed. Once we've set it up properly, they'll be listed inside this div. All right. Line 11, we've got a script tag. So this is where this JavaScript file we created here, we are making reference to it inside our HTML document. So any script we write, which will be in the script file, will be referenced from here. All right, so that's it for our HTML document. If I just save that, I think I have already, and let's run it so we can see what it looks like. So this is the project folder. I just open it up and double click to run the HTML so we can see what the HTML looks like. Let's just minimize that a bit. All right, so this is what our page looks like at the moment. This is where we'll add the task, and we'll input the task, and this is where we'll add it. So that's it for the structure. In our next lecture, we'll be building or styling this content to make it look a bit prettier using CSS. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.